I'm Jennifer Reeder. I'm a Chicago-based filmmaker. It is my profound honor and pleasure to introduce you all to Mr. David Cronenberg.
Maybe we should quit lower our head. David Cronenberg on the Great Lakes based director.
The Shrouds. My first question for you is, how are your teeth?
I lost, but basically they're still in pretty good shape. They're not rotting. I saw this actually yesterday. I had a dentist appointment. And that's where we got into Chicago late, because I had to wait. So they're okay. They're good. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, man, I love that. that I have my teeth are better now, but I've been having some dental work recently, so that first scene was a little triggering, but my teeth are...
Do you have dreams under the anesthetic?
No, I wasn't put all the way down, you know?
Sad. It can be a transformative.
Listen to me. It's not a contest about teeth yet.
It could be.
Okay, so according to, your film, grief can takes a toll on the teeth. But also for you, or for as a storyteller, where do you think that grief or mourning exists primarily in the body? Where does it live in the body, do you think?
It's quite visceral. I think it's right here. Right here.
In the belly?
Yeah. Yeah. It's very visceral.
Where do you think desire lies in the body?
Oh, from head to toe. When it's working properly. Desire is head to toe.
But is there a place that's like, in terms of desire, that's maybe I don't mean to get personal, but is there a place that like is the most unexpected place or area of the body that you think that desire is?
The earlobes. Yeah, and your earlobes are tingling. That's a sign.
I love that. I love the moment in the film when it's after Karsh has talked about the conspiracy that maybe he had Eklund killed or something, and then she says like, you better fuck me before this buzz
Yes.
lets go. And I love the idea of like lust being not something that can kind of like linger for a lifetime, but it's like a buzz, like just deal with it right this second or we're gonna...
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that that's delivered verbally. It's verbal. It's dialogue. A lot of people have in the past said, cinema movies are primarily visual. And I dispute that. I think it's primarily dialogue, actually. And here's one instance where the lust comes from what is spoken. I mean, most seduction happens verbally rather than physically.
Well, and
In my experience, in my humble experience. I am 82, and I was only 21 during the 60s. You know.
I'm gonna circle back to that, let's say. There's gonna be some lightning round questions that are interjected. What's your favorite smell?
Well, no, I don't think, there's a kind of French interviewer who asks questions like, Monsieur David Cronenberg, qu'est-ce que c'est le cinéma? What is the cinema for you? And I say, I don't know. It's my profession. So these kind of questions, and also the smell question would be very revealing, wouldn't it? So I don't think my lawyer will allow me to answer.
You are a screenwriter. You're a liar for a living. Just make something up.
The thing is that then it becomes considered the truth. Like, for example, the people who say, this is Cronenberg's most autobiographical movie. He said it's his most personal movie. I never said that. They said it, and then they attributed it to me. So, once again, we don't have the Fifth Amendment in Canada, but I'm going to take the Fifth Amendment.
I mean, honestly, for such a sort of, for such a film that's like about grief and mourning, it's like a stand-up routine already. I appreciate that.
Well, honestly, I hope you laughed. I mean, the movie is funny, let's face it. I think we have evolved as a species a sense of humor in order to allow us to survive. This is a survival mechanism. So you have to have fun. It has to be funny.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. So I do think that some of the people in the audience might have seen some of my films, which have to do with also like very like particular responses to trauma and very maybe particular eccentric responses to grief and coping. I think whether it's in real life or cinematically, like characters are allowed to have a lot of responses to a lot of the things that happen in their life. But I feel like grief, or like the death in particular of a lover, if you don't respond sort of the right way, then it's a problem. And I love that in this film, that Karsh's response is entirely his own. It's so personal and so authentic, and we believe it the entire way. And I think that in real life, that that real people, respond to the death of a lover in particular in such personal ways. So why is it that like grief gets such a hard rap? Like, why do people scrutinize the way that?
I just have to ask you a question. Are your movies funny?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to know.
What? Are funny. I mean, they're dark and funny.
Yeah, dark and funny. I really agree. I think grief is not considered to be very sexy, and therefore people really don't want to know about it. And then when they do know about it, it's usually very sentimental, and there are flashbacks to that time you were in the spa together, the hot tub. And there's the other time when you met, and there was a Ferris wheel, and there was a carnival, and so it gets kind of sentimental and simplistic.